Hello, welcome to Solomon's Gate. I'm Joe Kusi. Today I want to share something very interesting with you. Have you ever thought of the fallouts of some of your relationships over time? And some of the things you've thought of people you've once known and people who have known you, or some things you have heard people say about other people they have known. And have you ever wondered, how do I know somebody I've never met is this way or that way from something someone said about them? Today, I want to share something with you that delivers an answer to this question. You meet somebody, they tell you, oh, I work for that man, and that man, he's this, he's that, he's that. They say all kinds of unprintable things about the person. And because it's reported testimony and you may trust the person who shared that with you, you may start believing what you heard, even though it may be wrong. So how can you know? Maybe you were in touch with certain people 2 or 3 years ago. Today you are not. And they look at you in a certain light. They say certain things about you. How can other people know the things that are being said about you are a true reflection of your character or not? The answer is simple. There are 4 things that you must make sure nobody can call you. As long as they can't call you any of those 4 things, anything else they want to call you is on them. All right? If they want to call you a carrot or a baboon or a rabbit with a hat on, that's on them. Whatever they want to call you to soothe their own sentiments or whatever they think they have in their minds against you, that's up to them. But there are 4 things no one should be able to call you if you live your life well. So the next time somebody comes to you and says, okay, you know that man, he's like this, he did this, he did that, he did that. Ask them these 4 questions. Number 1, is he a fool? If the person cannot answer immediately, oh, I don't think this man is a fool. The second question you should ask them is that, is this man a coward? If they cannot tell you the man is a coward, then you should ask them, is this man a crook? If they say, no, the man is not a crook, I don't think he's a crook, then you ask them, is this man a loser? A no good loser, nothing good comes out of him. Is he a loser? The person says, no, I don't think this man is a loser. So they are not a fool, they are not a coward, they are not a crook, and they are not a loser. But you have a problem with them, then that's on you. All right? I'm sure you got those 4. All right. Now, what is a fool? Let's define them. A fool. A fool is a person who rejects divine standards and will not live according to God's expectations. A fool cannot sustain the wisdom of God. A fool can only think of how he feels, what she wants, and what he thinks and cares about in the moment. A fool cannot feel beyond the moment to anticipate a consequence. Can only think about what feels good now, what feels right now. All right, so you meet somebody and you probably are going to do business with them and you're going to give them many long years of good business. But what do? You meet them, the first business you do with them, they try to cheat you. Now that's a fool. Because they're just thinking about the money they can count now. And they didn't think about, continued business with you that could bring so much more. Now that's a fool. A fool only feels in the present. The book of Proverbs has 30 or 31 definitions of who a fool is. Go and find all of them and avoid being any of them. The Bible says a fool is known in the multitude of words. A fool speaks a lot. He just what we call verbal diarrhea. Because he's just talking, he does not take time to think about his words. The second thing is a coward. A coward is a person who cannot face you with the truth because they cannot face themselves with the truth. So instead of coming to you and saying, you gave me your laptop, I broke it, I'm sorry, what can we do about it? They tell you, it was my dog, it was something, and they tell an elaborate, house of lies, and you find out later and it destroys the relationship. That's a coward. The third person is, the third thing is a crook. Who is a crook? A crook is, the Bible says a crooked thing can never be made straight. A crook is a person who has no integrity. They are not true to themselves, they are not true to others, they lie. And you catch them in a lie. They are not true to you, they are not true to themselves, and they have no integrity. The fourth thing is a loser. A person out of whom no good thing can come. They just do not have their wits about them. They cannot right. They don't have cojones. They don't have chutzpah. They don't have wits. Right? They don't have any vision. They don't have any spark about them. They don't have a direction. That's a loser. So anytime you meet anybody and they tell you something about me, ask them if I'm a fool. I don't think, I'm not saying I'm the wisest person who ever lived, but I would like to think nobody who has ever met me can easily say I'm a fool. They cannot easily say I'm a coward, because I'll say what I think to your face. Thoughtfully, of course. And then I don't think you can look at me and call me a crook. And you should aspire to that too. And the fourth thing is that you're not a loser. If anybody cannot call you these four things, let them call you Rumpelstiltskin, or let them call you Pinocchio, let them call you anything they like. That's on them. Thanks for watching. See you another time.